It looks like Give, Send, Go is now working in full force, as far as I can tell, for the new place you can donate money to the Canadian trucker Convoy. And man, it's getting pretty hot and heavy. It's getting pretty crazy out there. Now, Give, Send, Go was experiencing a DDoS attack. And this is all, of course, after GoFundMe stole the money and colluded with the Canadian government, the elitists of Silicon Valley and the federal government in Canada and the city council members of Ottawa, colluding to steal the working class people's money and give it to basically charities of their liking. And now we have Give, Send, Go. This is a very pro-freedom Christian organization that's very similar to GoFundMe, and they won't delete your money, and they won't steal your money. So I dropped the link in my previous video for it, and of course the comments are just full of people that don't watch the video. Of course, I mentioned in the video many times that because of the overwhelming support and the fact that Give, Send, Go isn't that large, it was overwhelming their servers, and it just came out now that they were experiencing DDoS attacks from obviously unknown sources, but obviously it's probably the Canadian government or something. And that's basically the same thing. It overwhelms the servers for them, and they can't operate the website. You get an error message, 504 error. And I mentioned in the video, the previous video I posted on this whole thing, but of course people don't watch the video. They just leave a comment. You dropped the wrong link, dude. It says error 504. I say in the video, it's going to say error. You got to be patient. But people just comment. They don't watch the video. I don't know. It happens every time. But so we do have good news, though. It seems to be working. So if you go to Give, Send, Go, let me see here. Go to Give, Send, Go, Freedom Convoy 2022. And it is working, and we've already raised $2.4 million in a matter of basically one day. But and really, it's probably less than a day because half that time the servers were down. It's remarkable. And the largest donation, I don't know if I could probably pull it up here, but either way, you just go here. The largest donation so far was over $200,000 from an anonymous source. It's just amazing, all the support. $200,000. Think about that. So pray and contribute if you can. And they ain't going to stop us. Of course, they'll do everything they can because, the police with their batons and their pepper spray just isn't going to do the trick with 18-wheeler Mack trucks and hundreds, if not thousands, of other cars and trucks and just thousands of people. You're just not going to be able to do it. Tow companies are saying no. They're stuck. And this is a good thing. The people of Ottawa and your ancestors, by the way, your descendants, I should say, in the future will thank you. You're on the right side of history. Just remember that. You're on the right side of history. You're heroes. You're heroes, literally. You'll be remembered as like the generation that stood up against this. So that's a really good thing. And, just keep your head up and pray. And now GoFundMe, interestingly enough, has decided to automatically give refunds to everybody who contributed to the Freedom Convoy campaign through their website. Of course, like I said before, this is $9 million stolen from the people by GoFundMe. Now, this is all a ploy because many of us, including me in my previous video, I said at the end of the video, again, I had comments telling me I should have said this, but I did say it at the end of the video, and I still think you should do this, by the way. Whether or not they say they're going to refund everybody who contributed, but I still think you should do this as soon as possible. File with your credit card company fraud. Whatever you contributed to GoFundMe, say that was a fraud, that transaction, because they used that money for something that you didn't approve, right? It was a fraudulent transaction that you didn't get what you paid for. So file a claim with your credit card company for that transaction, and they get charged chargebacks. They announce that they're going to refund all of it to everybody automatically because we said we're going to do this, and they want to avoid the mass chargeback because it will hurt them, and that's the point. So I think we should at least try to do it anyway. Maybe your bank will say it wasn't fraud or something, but still try to do it. Everybody file a claim with your credit card company. They're trying to get around this by automatically refunding everybody, so you can't file the claim. I would do it probably right away, and I would try to get that through so they're charged chargebacks, because what they did was fraudulent. And this is a great way to sort of take them down, make it hurt for them, because I think each chargeback they get, it's like $29 or something, like $30. And then if you got like thousands, if not millions of people doing that, I mean, it can really take a big hit on them. So that's the goal. Now, this whole thing is spreading across Canada and the world. You have Quebec City last night. Look at this. They're just partying. I'm not going to play the music because it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like, what's that song? It's definitely going to be copyrighted. It's like a hip hop song. So I think it's like Usher or something. But they're just partying. It's a great time there. Very family friendly as well. And same thing in Ottawa. I don't think they had a dance party in Ottawa. They had a lot of things for the kids in Ottawa that I was seeing. They had like the pop-up, what do you call it? Moonwalk things, right? For the kids and little obstacle courses. And in Quebec City, it looks like a little more of a party, you know? But I don't know. I'm not there. It looks fun either way. So it's also breaking out now in Belgium. Look at this. The farmers in Belgium have taken over the streets. They've taken over the streets. Look at this, the tractors. Oh, so based. And they actually like towed the police away. What? They like, look at this. That's so funny. So this is in Germany, or I'm sorry, Belgium. What am I talking about? Brussels. Yeah, it's in Belgium, not Germany. Belgium is a country. So, yeah, isn't that interesting? Isn't that great to see? And also, we now have the DC Freedom Convoy in America. It's scheduled to be on March 7th. And this is the new development. And so this is like a month away. So people have time to organize. I'm here in Rhode Island, so the northeast route, for anybody who's in the northeast, I would say like north of Jersey or something? Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, on the northeast. This is the route for you, and I think a lot of this even covers even a little bit south of that. But, this is like Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, all of New England, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, etc. And there's a Facebook group, which I'm sure will be deleted soon. But I mean, it has 33, interesting number there, right? 33,000 members, and it's growing rapidly. And there's a lot of good info here on it. But also, I mean, I would first join the Gab group. It's like a mirror group for the Northeast Convoy. This is the Northeast route, Facebook and Gab. I joined both. I would suggest joining both of those, and most importantly, probably, well, that's the Rhode Island one, but this is the Rhode Island one, because each state has their own. But also it connects into the Northeast one. And then I'm sure like the West has one, the West Coast has one and everything, but I'm in the Northeast, so that's the one I'm talking about, and I'm in Rhode Island. But there's also a Northeast Telegram group. I'm gonna leave the link for the Northeast Telegram group. It's t.me/Northeast Convoy. And this is the Rhode Island one. If anybody's watching in Rhode Island, I mean, there isn't many of us. It's the smallest state in the whole country, but I think I have a few Rhode Island viewers. Some of my buddies watch, but it's probably the only Rhode Island viewers I have. But yeah. So now back to that's March 7th. So we'll see how that develops. But I do want to talk about how some of the city councilors in Ottawa are calling for the police to not necessarily arrest everybody because they know that would be bad optics, but the Ottawa city councilors are calling for people to be ticketed and towed and everything to be broken up, and they want to use police to do this. It's really interesting because many of these city councilors, including Sean Menard, they were just calling for defunding the police and getting rid of the police in Ottawa. And now they're begging the police to help them. Isn't that interesting how that works? These people do not actually believe in anything they say or do. Do you really think a guy like Sean Menard or any of these city councilors calling for this, that were the leftists in 2020 calling to defund the police, really want to defund the police, or are they just supporting a movement that will make them look more virtuous in the eyes of the cosmopolitan New World Order, of the pro-diversity, sort of nihilistic mishmash New World Order? They're trying to push this great reset cultural nullification. I should say it's like a cultural nullification of everything. Very, very creepy endeavor. And yeah, defund the police is one of the things that we're pushing, but they're just total hypocrites because now they're asking and begging these police. As you can see here, this city councilor, Sean Menard, asking for the police to ticket and tow vehicles, to cordon off residential areas, and to sort of push the protesters into areas that aren't residential, to file court injunctions and, use the police to remove the protesters and the vehicles and the trucks. So much for defunding the police. These people, again, they don't really believe what they're doing. It's about virtue signaling, all of it. So that's why they're caught tripping over their own feet. And they're totally part of really a cult, and they'll do anything to become a certified member of that cult, and that's why they're against your freedoms, and that's why they have no vision of what you really stand for because they're so blinded by their allegiance to their cult, whatever it is, right? So that being said, I'll leave links. Drop a comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Also, give at the Give, Send, Go to the Freedom Convoy if you can. $2.4 million in like a day. It's pretty impressive. Let me know what you think. It's been Press. Keep your head up, stay real, and no fear.